You are welcome to Literature Hub 247, a free online literature class. If you are new on this channel, try and click on the subscribe button and the bell icon. That gives you access to all our videos, and you are going to be notified whenever any video is produced. This particular video is about a non-African prose titled Wuthering Heights. Wuthering Heights is written by Emily Bronte. We are going to discuss the 2023 WAEC questions on the text. But before we go into the classroom, I want to advise that you first watch one of my videos titled How to Answer Literature English Questions in WAEC and NECO. In that video, I explain the new guidelines that have just been set out by WAEC. That is, the guidelines you need to follow in answering WAEC questions in exams. Now you can make your request for that video in the message box there. Just write in the message box that I should send you the link to how to answer literature English questions in WAEC and NECO. Now let's go into the classroom. The first question says, consider Heathcliff's marriage to Isabella. Consider Heathcliff's marriage to Isabella. The first thing to do is to relate the question to the theme of the prose. That's one of the guidelines that I explain in the video I refer you to. The dominant themes in the novel are love and revenge. Isabella falls in love with Heathcliff, who doesn't love her. The latter sees her as an instrument of vengeance and uses her to launch vengeance on Ejalintin. The next one is character identification. That is, you identify the characters that are mentioned in the question. Heathcliff. Heathcliff is a poor, nameless and homeless boy who is brought home by Mr. Henshaw from Liverpool. He is dark in complexion and speaks gibberish. That's the language. He is described as having the traits of wanderers, gypsy, quote unquote. Mr. Henshaw likes him and treats him like his child. But Hindley, Mr. Henshaw's son, dislikes him and maltreats him a lot. Heathcliff grows up to be a reserved man and becomes rich. He plans to avenge the maltreatment and injustices done to him. Now, Isabella. Her full name is Isabella Linton, and she is the younger sister of Ejalintin. She is pampered by the parents the way she relates with Eja, her brother. We see that in the relationship with his brother. She envies Catherine, and this leads her to a calamitous marriage with Heathcliff. She later gives birth to a sickly Linton and dies after giving birth to the boy. Now about the marriage, that is the marriage between Isabella and Heathcliff. There is no real love between Isabella and Heathcliff, but infatuation from the side of Isabella. That is, the love between them is not an emotional love. It's just an infatuation on the side of Isabella. Just because she envies Catherine. That's one of the reasons why she marries Heathcliff. Despite the warning from Eja, Catherine, and Nelly Dean to stay away from Heathcliff, Isabella remains adamant and hooks on to Heathcliff. Isabella finally elopes with Heathcliff and they get married. Eja then disowns her as her sister henceforth. The next stage is Heathcliff's mistreatment of Isabella. That is, how Heathcliff treats Isabella. Since Heathcliff doesn't really love Isabella, he maltreats her greatly. He maltreated her with physical and verbal abuse to instill fear in her. He treats her as nobody, degrading her. Like in place of doing that, he degrades Isabella. The next stage is Isabella's flight to London. When Isabella couldn't bear the maltreatment from Heathcliff again, she runs and escapes to London. Heathcliff doesn't bother to look for her after she flees. It rather gives him the opportunity to claim Linton as his son. Even in London, her mind is not at rest, and she eventually dies of misery in London. That is the first question on Wuthering Heights by Emily Bronte. The second question: discuss the use of the weather, quote unquote, the windows, quote unquote, and the setting, quote unquote, as symbols in the novel. The first thing to do there, as usual, is relation to theme. That is, relate the question to the theme of the novel. The prominent themes in the novel are love and revenge, and the author makes use of symbols to bring out the themes. Explanation of symbol. You still need to explain any term that is mentioned there. That is, any term mentioned in the question should be explained. Symbols are words or phrases representing ideas, concepts, events, or objects. This suggests some references beyond itself. The weather. The name Wuthering Heights symbolizes the atmospheric condition of the area in stormy weather. That is, the name is a coin from the atmosphere, from the weather of that environment. The condition of the weather when Lockwood visits Wuthering Heights has some indications. He visits the heights in the middle of a snowstorm and is forced to spend the night there. In the night, he is disturbed by Catherine's ghost, and this is very significant in the novel. It is one of the reasons he engages Nellie, who narrates the story to him. That is, it is the curiosity of Lockwood that leads to the narration of what we read in that novel. That is, what he sees in Wuthering Heights overnight. In the night, he is disturbed by Catherine's ghost, and this is very significant in the novel. It is one of the reasons he engages Nellie, who narrates the story to him. That's what I've just explained now. A violent storm that rages on the night that Heathcliff leaves Wuthering Heights symbolizes the raging storms of emotion within Catherine and Heathcliff. Now, the windows. As we know that Heathcliff is nobody by the time he is brought to Wuthering Heights by Mr. Henshaw, while Catherine is from the upper class. The windows symbolize the social class barrier between Catherine and Heathcliff. It also symbolizes Catherine's separation from Heathcliff through death. Now, the setting. The settings of the novel are Wuthering Heights, Truthcross Grange, and the malls where the buildings are erected. The settings symbolize the barrenness of relationships and the dark side of man as we see in Heathcliff. His game plan to avenge all the perceived wrong done to him reflects that side of him. The malls also symbolize the ethic and freedom enjoyed by Catherine and Heathcliff. So, those are the answers to the questions. Note, the prints in red ink are not part of the answers. They only serve as guide as set out by WAEC. What I'm trying to explain here is that those prints in red ink are not part of your answer. That is, by the time you are answering your own question, you don't need to write the relation to theme, the setting, the plots, or anything like that. Just answer your question, but you have to follow the guidelines that I've set here. That is how WAEC wants it. So that's why I put them in red ink so that you understand it. So, as I said earlier, if you are new on this channel, try and click on the subscribe button so that you have access to all the video and the bell icon so that you are going to be notified whenever any new video is produced. Like this video, share it on social media platform, invite your friends to join us. Let's meet in the next class.